Yeah, like I said, the other chairs were more for me. Like, I liked the other chairs better, for sure. I know you're trying to make them all look different, but I'm like, also...
Well, I'm just playing around. I'm just trying to find your guys'
vibe.
You know what I mean?
I love that the one note we got. You're rolling, right? Yeah. I love the one note we got on the podcast was like, how many plants? Like everyone else acknowledged how many plants were. So
a lot of plants.
So Keita heard that note and was like, you know what they need? More plants.
Oh, that's what was popular.
Well, I could add more.
I don't doubt you can.
When he walks into the Home Depot gardening section,
it's like we're in Poison Ivy's lair.
I feel like I'm on the set of The Predator. I feel like any one of these plants is actually, he's just going to pop out of them at any point.
It's like Little Shop of Horrors. All right.
Feed me.
We're figuring it out, guys. We're figuring it out.
You broke
Keita's
the
ass is in my solo
thing.
now.
You made me just hold the sign?
No.
That works. Look at that.
Well, it'll work until you guys start jamming.
I won't jam anything.
We're professionals. Oh. This is fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine.
We should have some plants in front of us too, so it's like we're looking through the forest.
There's so many fucking plants in the studio.
Do you want me to take plants out?
No. I want more plants. I want more plants. No, I like the plants. It's kind of soothing.
No, I've been meaning to go on a safari. It's fine.
I don't need to go outside now.
Your fans have a better idea. They can send us some better money and we'll fucking put something else up.
It cracks us up. Keita, we're fucking with you.
I like the plants.
But it is funny.
No, yeah, we gotta find it.
We'll figure it out. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Not Today.
That's the longest intro ever.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I like it.
Oh, God. Eddie, what's going on in your life right now? That much, huh?
Surprisingly, very little.
But that's good, no?
No. You want more happening in your life than little.
I think it's the right balance. You don't want to be overwhelmed. You don't want to be you want to be whelmed.
I still feel overwhelmed, but nothing's happened. Like there's nothing going on, but I feel overwhelmed.
That's
which
your
is
own BS,
the
dude.
worst two things.
That's your own bullshit.
Well, I know that. I know it's my own
that's
bullshit.
you needing to. That's you not being okay in the void.
Just tired of being in the void. Just want to get out of the void.
Well, the plants are not helping.
No, the plants. It's a different void.
This is the void.
The jungle.
No fucking plants.
Welcome to the jungle, baby.
Keita, don't get butthurt.
He's so mad now.
Keita's like, that's fine. No plants. It's fine.
No,
I'm going to
I
take all
want
my plants.
I like plants. I like plants.
Eddie feels right at home
I like
because
plants.
this is what his house feels like, but instead it's Yankee candles and Star Wars figurines. How many candles does Tracy have? She collects. Eddie's wife Tracy collects candles. Loves candles.
Which is fine. Everyone has their thing.
Did you smell him coming through the door?
Which is, yes, it smelled like sugar cookies and...
I'd be collecting candles too if I smelled like Eddie.
I can't help it. It's just the air in my house smells.
So she doesn't even burn them.
No, she'll burn. She burns one at a,
It's ceremonial.
Sort. I mean, there's a lot of unburned candles in the house, but I have a lot of action figures, so it balances out.
Do they ever lose their scent, or like when
I don't
she
think
lights
so.
one, you go, "Oh, what was that?"
I don't think so.
You should.
So
find
what is her scent profile that she goes to?
anything that's on sale at Bath and Body Works.
Well, she knows how to work the system where she goes into Bath and Body Works. There's a system. If you want candles, go with her.
Oh my God. You got to meet my mother. She has to meet my mother.
She'll buy like a bag of fucking candles and spend like 73 cents. It's insane.
Dude,
they have a sale.
What is your mom's name, or is your wife's name Susan?
Tracy.
Okay.
Close.
But
because my mother, she one time I went to, she's like one of those super shoppers.
Okay. That's what Tracy's a super shopper.
And literally, it was like
Yeah.
it's like a game of blackjack. Like my mom would bring like literally $1,000
Yeah.
worth of candles to and all this other shit to the register, and they'd be like,
okay, that's going to be this. And then she'd slap down a coupon, and then they'd adjust the price, and then she'd slap down. I mean, literally,
it's like a game of Uno.
before
Eventually,
we knew
they
it,
end up paying you to take the candles. They're
They're
like,
like,
please
get out.
leave.
Just fucking
Just
leave.
no, before we'd be done, they would owe my mom money somehow,
Yeah.
despite
Like,
her
here's your
taking
free
half
candle.
the store out of there.
Plus all the other candles.
And my mom would sit there and she'd be like, oh, they love me over there. I'm like, Mom, they hate you. No offense. They probably have a security photo of you in the back with a
Tracy's
dartboard.
the same way. They love me in there. No, they don't.
No.
They see you coming like, oh fuck, I got to do math now.
They have to do inventory.
I got to do inventory and math. But she gets deals. Like she goes to Costco. She's like, she'll buy stuff.
Does she care what the flavor or the smell? Not flavor. They're not going to eat them. I mean, who knows? If things get bad enough in this economy,
may have to.
Does she care what they smell like?
Yeah, she is. I don't know what her scents are, but there's some stuff she does not like.
Is it like food?
No, she like rose. She doesn't like the smell of rose, like rose.
That's fair. I don't
smell.
like rose. Like
'Cause it smells
super floral
Smells
stuff.
like old lady.
Yeah.
rose.
Or patchouli.
Fucking new neighbor. We have a new neighbor in our apartment building, and she lights patchouli because she doesn't like the smell of because she lives above. Her apartment's above the laundry room, so she doesn't like the smell of laundry detergent,
Which smells clean.
which smells clean.
Yeah.
But then she lights up patchouli, and the whole apartment smells like fucking patchouli.
Oh, it's coming into yours.
It's coming everywhere. It's everywhere.
Patchouli is
Is
a very
awful.
acquired smell.
It's not it's awful.
to enjoy.
Patchouli sucks.
I actually love that smell. But
He's like,
We
I'm
are
gonna add
clashing
it.
with
It's gonna-
Keita so badly.
It's gonna be 72 plants and
no,
patchouli.
no plants, all patchouli. Next.
Just a haze
We've
of
done this to
patchouli.
ourselves. We've done
nothing,
this to
nothing but
ourselves.
patchouli candles next
Oh
week.
yes.
Oh.
We'll light the whole thing with patchouli candles.
It does suck when someone in your building has like a weird taste that like,
Patchouli's strong.
but then makes the rest of the building
Yeah.
subjected to
I'm,
it.
I'm not a big odor. Smells don't bother me that much. But like when something really strong.
Yeah,
like
but would you
patchouli.
prefer patchouli or someone that eats Thai food all day long?
I used to live.
I don't know. That's tough.
I used to live above a McDonald's.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
Eddie's like, put that shit
Let's
in a
do
Yankee
that.
candle. Yeah,
Like a
I used to
McDonald's
live
candle.
above a McDonald's when I lived in Hoboken, and it's so funny because one night there was a fire at the McDonald's, and it was in the middle of the night, and I had taken an Ambien.
I think you told me this story
Yeah,
before.
I had taken an Ambien, and I walked downstairs barefoot into the middle of the street while it was raining in the winter. And I was standing outside looking at the smoke coming out of the McDonald's. And my roommates happened to look outside and they were like, what are you doing outside? Because I was just like, hey, guys. And they're like, what? And I go, the building's on fire. And they were like, were you going to fucking wake us up? And I go, that's what I'm doing right now.
Right now, I'm waking you up.
No, that's
when
not
I'm at
even,
a safe distance.
Eddie, that's not even the worst part of the story. Apparently, in my stupor,
Yeah.
I called 911 to report the fire. And I feel like this is a very honest question.
Yeah.
The first thing I asked the 911 operator was, because I still had my Florida number,
Sure.
which I still do, 813 till I die. I apparently asked the 911 operator, I go, wait, is this Florida 911 or New
my
Jersey
God.
911?
Jesus.
I didn't know how it worked. That's a
Well, your
fair
phone doesn't go back down to Florida when you call and bounce back up to New York.
Okay, well then how do you explain when I call AAA? They always are like, oh, you're not in Florida? We have to reroute you to the other AAA. We have to reroute you to California AAA. Because I got my AAA when I lived in Florida.
But are you calling the AAA Florida number? Is that what's in your phone?
I'm just looking at the back of my card, Eddie, okay?
Oh, because you have the AAA card from Florida.
I do not. It's a national thing.
You have a AAA in Florida.
I do not.
God.
But yeah, Yankee candles and like true crime are just like synonymous with white women. Like it's all white
Yeah.
women stuff.
We were trying to fucking Tracy, like she makes dinner every night and she just listens on the Alexa to true crime shit or women who snapped, whatever that one is.
So wait,
the
she's
one where
cooking-
women murder their husbands.
She's cooking her Blue Apron, just chopping stuff
Right.
up, and she's like, "Oh, that's a good one."
It's like I'm just pretending this is Eddie. Ta, 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 ta. And Colton's like, he's like in AP World History right now.
Yeah,
in high school.
the Mongols.
Well, no, that was last semester.
Oh, okay.
When he was
Sorry.
picking the Mongols.
Sorry.
To catch everybody up, he was a big fan of the Mongols because they raided.
Motorcycle gang?
No.
No.
Kind of kid do you
Farther
have?
back.
Jesus Christ.
The ones
They go way back.
The ones from China, I
The
think.
Mongols go way
The
back.
Mongols from China. Not the motorcycle ones.
I forgot about that.
Wow. That was a miss.
But why would you not think that? Why would you think the Mongols from China? That doesn't make any
because
sense
they're
either.
Peter's
called
like, they teach about
Mongolians.
that in
Right.
school, but that's what they were calling. Like it called them.
Yeah,
in
you don't
their
really
book.
study the motorcycle gang in world
I don't
history.
know. I'm probably gonna get canceled.
But
I'm sure it's yeah.
But he liked the Mongols because they would raid places, but not and settle them.
Yeah, they wouldn't
They
settle
would,
them.
They would go there, steal the resources, then get the fuck out. They wouldn't like try to take it over and like this is our new empire. They were just like they raid and leave. For some reason, my son liked that. I don't know why.
He's like, this is hilarious.
That's how you do it. Why stick around?
Why build anything?
So now they just did World War II. So he's like big into World War II right now.
So he's big into.
Big into World War II. So he wanted to watch.
I'm gonna send Colton a test.
So he wants to watch all these World War II movies. What'd you say?
I said I'm gonna send Colton a test, Eddie. He wants to watch all the World War II movies.
He gets hyper fixated on things.
Which ones? So what are you going through? So you're doing.
Well, I guess in school.
Isn't Saving Private Ryan?
In school, they watched Saving Private Ryan.
They watched that in school.
They watched the opening sequence.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Well, because apparently that's the most accurate telling of what that raid on Normandy looked like. That beach. D-Day.
No.
That's what
You
apparently
can't-
was.
I mean, I guess he's old enough.
Well, they're 15 years old.
Yeah.
So they watched that.
But I've
now-
watched some. I
but he-
watched some inappropriate shit in school.
He wanted to watch
sometimes.
Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, what's your issue with that?
The Tarantino. I don't have an issue with that Tarantino film. And we're like, he's like, can we watch it? Can we watch it?
It's a
I'm like,
great
"Okay."
movie.
Well, it's fun. And but Tracy wouldn't watch it, so we had to like, because she doesn't like. I don't like watching violence. I'm like, yeah, but you're fucking listening to a woman who snapped, then jabbed her husband's eyes out with crochet needles while he was sleeping.
True crime.
And you're fine with that.
violence. True crime violence is different than World
It's
War
not.
II. Yes, it is. Yes, because women
I don't understand. it.
women like to when it
don't
comes to
understand it.
violence. Women watch true crime. Or at least this is my theory. We watch true crime because
They like relatable violence.
Yeah, no. We
Stuff
like
they can
to
see themselves doing.
We like to hear how someone like us got murdered or survived. Like we just kind of like to know what's out there. You know what I mean?
So you don't like fantasy. You don't like fictional violence.
No.
I can't figure it out.
No. It's about looking at true crime shows and going, "Oh, that's how someone might do it."
Yeah.
Okay, I'll add that to my list of things to look out for.
She'll watch one of those like ABC murder docu things,
Like
where they,
Dateline or
yeah,
something
Dateline,
like
where
that?
they find like a pelvis in a river, and she's captivated
Was
by
some guy
whose
just like,
pelvis
"Well,
was
done
this?
with that."
This is the only part I needed anyway.
We're not good today. We're not good today.
Trim the fat.
Oh,
So it's just
that's all it is. She's just, it's just women like to know. We like to be able to figure things out and plan for scenarios. Like, is Tracy a prepper? Be honest.
yeah.
No. Like a prepper. Like end of the world. No, she's
not like a doomsday prepper.
I was like, she barely knew how to evacuate during the fire.
She's not a doomsday prepper. No, she was good. She was good during that. She packed clothes. I did other things, but she was good. Tracy's good in big stressful situations.
Yes.
It's the day-to-day minor stressful stuff that paralyzes her into fear.
Like small things.
Small things that throws her off and she can't do anything and freezes her.
Yeah.
She's fine when like the world's on fire.
It's usually when it's a bunch of small things, because I'm the same way. I think it's most women are like that, where it's like, oh, a big scenario. Women are usually very well equipped to handle.
Well, they turn into mama bear at that point. They know how to take care of everybody and protect everybody and what this
and
needs to
lift
be done.
cars
and
all
lift
of a sudden.
cars, do crazy
yeah,
shit
Yeah.
when the world's on fire.
But you need us to lift something
Right.
small like on a regular day. Sorry, you're gonna have to make me way madder for this. Way madder.
Yeah, it's like, can you get these paper towels down for me?
Does she have live, love, laugh posters?
No, she's not that type of person.
No.
Thank God. She doesn't have to live, love, laugh.
But she's
Neither am I.
edging with the candles.
She has she's a big candle person. But I don't know. But she's not like a foo-foo girl. Like she's not like live, love, laugh.
My mom is a live,
She's
love,
not like
laugh
she's like
lady.
she likes wine and candles. Those are her 2 favorite things.
Woof. My mom is a live, love, laugh lady. Where there's a new motivational poster every time I
Cat
go
posters. She has cat
home.
hang
No,
in
they're
there.
not. They're not cat posts. I mean, there are some cat lady things.
They're like
around
those
there.
Z Gallery posters.
It's just no home goods, like a big home goods.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Where it's just like, oh, things about love and things
Where
about
there's like a
family. But no
painting- a
soliciting
painting
at our
of-
door. We already have enough Girl Scout cookies. We found Jesus. They have one that's like, trespassers will be shot. It's very Florida. You know what I mean?
Live, laugh, love at your own risk.
Live, laugh, load them guns.
Live, laugh.
Hey, did she
That's
have one?
accurate.
Did she have a stone goose? Like one of those concrete gooses that they put the
She-
clothes on?
She doesn't have a concrete goose, but she does have
You know what I'm talking about, right?
She has a giant concrete Doberman.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's
That's
a
very
giant...
panhandle of her.
Yeah, I mean,
Do they have the lawn jockey? The racist lawn jockey?
no, they don't have that.
Do they have that?
No, my
That's
mom's really
horrible.
big
They
about
have some of those in Myrtle Beach.
my mom's really big about collecting like gnomes and things like
Yeah.
that, like for her garden out back. Like there's a lot of random statues back there. And then they bought a wishing well type situation.
Christ.
What? It helped kids.
It helped kids. How did it
Yeah,
help kids?
it was like a fundraiser thing where they're like, buy this really expensive wishing well thing, and most of the stuff gets donated. Most of the money gets donated to a good cause.
Right.
But now we just have a random wishing well in our backyard that doesn't even have water in it. It's just. I think it's hiding. I
Does it
think
have
it's
beer cans in it?
no, I think it's hiding like an electrical box or something. Like my dad used it to hide something unsightly in the yard. You know.
Yeah.
My parents are they're very big on their yard. The new thing is my parents called me and they were like, they don't realize that they're getting older. And so they're still trying to do all of the things that they used to do when they were young.
Yeah,
like,
my parents are the same way.
like mulch the
yeah.
yard.
My dad
They
does the same
live
shit.
on an acre.
Yeah.
And they were like, we can do this.
They can't.
We can do that. And I'm like, no, you can't.
90% humidity out. Do not go outside.
It's over 90 degrees, yes, and it's 100% humidity
Don't
in
go outside,
Florida.
Dad.
And my parents are literally like, they're huffing and puffing, and I'm just like, guys, please pay somebody. I will pay somebody. Mostly because when I call home, I don't want to listen to you complain about how my dad can't do as much as he used to do. I'm like, my dad is almost 70. You know what I mean?
You know what I bought?
What?
I bought one of those doctor memo pads. So that every time my parents call me, I just take that out, start writing notes about their various ailments and problems.
Do they know that you do this?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I'm
like
sure
t-
you're
it
there. I'm sure
literally
they love it, Keita.
every conversation is a 2-hour inventory of all the different ailments and tests.
See, my parents never tell me any of that stuff.
Really?
Like, I'll call my mom up and then we'll just talk. And she's like, oh, yeah, dad was in the hospital yesterday. I'm like, what?
Oh, that's the worst.
Like, shit like that. Like, they don't tell me anything.
I once found out my dad was in the hospital from my dad and I used to like work for the same company, like as like one of my little side gigs that I had when I first got out here. And I found out my dad was in the hospital because my boss called me and was like, "Hey, how's your dad doing? Is he better?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh,
Sorry.
oh
Click.
shit." And I was like, "Excuse me?" And I called them and I was like, "What the fuck?" And they're like, "We didn't want to bother you. We didn't want to worry you." I'm like, "That's not a worry thing." It's like they get very weird and like very egotistical about, you know, like, because I get it. It's hard to admit you're not able to do the things that you used to
Oh, yeah.
physically do. You know, like they're not able to put up their Christmas lights like they used to.
Yeah.
So they've scaled that back majorly. Granted, that needed to happen.
That needed to happen for
Yeah,
sure.
it was Keita. My family used to be like the Griswolds.
Mm-hmm.
Like just there wasn't a piece of the lawn that was not lit up. You know, lit up or had some giant inflatable in it. It was a lot.
Wow.
He used to actually siphon electricity from the neighbors' houses to run it because he ran out of electricity. You couldn't turn a light on in my childhood home without blowing a fuse. So we'd just all be
Wow.
sitting in the dark while the outside of the house was completely lit up.
You have to go outside to read. Go outside and do your homework, everybody. Fuck.
But yeah, it's been hard listening to my parents talk about getting older.
It sucks. I found out I got an arthritic toe.
Arthritic toe?
I have an arthritic toe.
What does that even mean?
I guess I have arthritis in my toe.
Just one toe?
Well, I was having trouble walking in the mornings. I'd get out of bed and I'd limp for like the first 10 minutes I'm out of bed. I'm
Which
like,
one is it?
My right big toe.
Is it like just painful?
Yeah.
Did you think you broke it?
I didn't know why it was happening.
I have a weird thing on my left toe. I wonder if it's the same
And so
thing.
I went and got it checked out because I have like this little calcium deposit like on the top of my arch. It's like a little bump.
Uh-huh.
And I thought that was giving me pain. And so that wasn't what they took arguing. Like, no, you have arthritis in your toe. And so no, I have fucking arthritis. No, now I'm dealing with arthritis.
There's nothing more humbling than when your body just starts to remind you that you're getting older.
Dude.
Because I feel young. I really do.
Mentally, I feel like I was when I was 30, except for the anger.
Don't get me wrong. There's still shit that I don't want to do. Like, there's still some things that I get invited out to do now, and I'm like, absolutely not. That was a 25-year-old Jen thing. Like, I got asked if I want to go to Coachella.
Ew.
Right?
No.
Right?
Fuck that.
Keita, have you ever been to Coachella?
I have a good Coachella story. I cooked for Jane's Addiction and
You cooked for
well,
them?
yeah, I was a chef back
Like
in
meth?
the day.
Oh.
I didn't cook meth. I was cooking organics. And Iggy Pop, I was his chef for one of the first Coachellas.
Really?
But the craziest thing.
You give big roadie vibes.
No. This is crazy. Like so I was in a 12-step meeting 2 days before Coachella.
Okay.
And I made this crazy, I was leading the meeting.
Yeah.
And I cleared my throat. I said, the first thing I said was, I'm nervous because I feel like my balls are in my throat. And then I just randomly cleared my throat, not trying to be funny. And the whole room laughed. And I was like, what the fuck are they laughing at, right? So then 2 days later, I'm in Jane's Addiction's bus.
How?
Because I was cooking for them.
Oh, that's just what you do? You did back then? You cooked?
Yeah, I was a private chef.
Okay.
I had like a couple of celebrity clients. So anyway.
That's way more important than balls in a throat, Keita. I'm like,
Well, no,
to
Well, I
the
heard balls in
story.
the throat. Next thing you know, I'm in Jane's Addiction's bus. I'm like, what'd you do to get in the bus?
Balls in the throat, Eddie.
What was insane, and I will not, I can't say the names because, it's anonymous.
Sure.
What was insane was we're sitting there a couple hours before showtime. Everybody's getting ready in the bus.
Yeah.
I'm delivering food. And one of the members who was at that meeting was like, hey, that was so funny the other day. Like, what? I was like, what happened? I'm like, why did everybody laugh? And then he proceeded to tell me, but what was insane was retelling this story while I'm watching Perry Farrell getting dressed. It was the weirdest. I'm like, you're about to go on stage. Why are you even thinking about this
Why are you
stupid
talking
story?
to me about that?
Yeah, why are you even talking to me, period? You know what I mean? But what was really cool about
Here's your
that,
mac and cheese.
what was really cool is the day before there was a sound check and I got to see them do a whole set with nobody in the field.
Oh, that's
And it
kind of
was,
cool. That's pretty dope.
I almost cried. It was so
That's
beautiful.
cool.
It was really, and then we got to be on stage during the show, which
That's
was
how I go to
fucking insane.
Coachella. If there's no
Yeah,
one
if
in
you
the
go to
field,
Coachella that way, that's
if there was
cool.
no one in the field, Keita, I'd go to Coachella.
Yeah.
Or you're on the bus cooking for
and
people.
And then I did cook another time, and that's another long story.
That's to do with the Mongols.
Next
It's
episode.
the motorcycle gang I cooked for.
No, someone asked me if I was like, they were like, do you want to go to Coachella?
Ew,
and
no.
luckily I'm already working. So like I had a built-in excuse because I do feel bad turning down invitations to do stuff strictly based on like sensory things or things like that where I'm like,
That wouldn't seem like, how long would you be in Coachella for?
2 days,
That's too no.
right?
No.
And the other problem is like getting out there, I've heard, is a nightmare.
Getting out of there is a
Is it?
nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few years ago, it rained, right? And everybody was stuck in the mud.
That's not,
Or
that's
is that
Burning
Burning
Man.
Man? Is
That's
that Burning
Burning
Man?
That's the other hellscape
Why
in
would
the
you do
desert.
that either?
I just think we aren't built to be in a desert. So why would I want to go out there? Like, I've never been somewhere and been like, you know what would be cool is if we did this in a place with a lot of sand. I hate sand. Gets everywhere.
It's everywhere.
But I do feel bad because I'm scared that if I turn down too many invitations, people
Stop asking.
People stop asking. That has happened before.
Yeah, I can see that.
Thanks.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you keep turning stuff down, people are like, yeah, don't ask her. She'll just say no.
Have you ever not invited me to something, Eddie?
No. I don't do anything.
That's
What would
fair.
I not invite you to?
That's fair.
I don't do anything.
But it's true. I mean, yeah, Coachella has just been one of those things where, in theory, I want to go. Like, I think it'd be cool. I like music.
The first couple years were really cool, and then the last time I went was when Tool played, and it was a hellscape. And I was working.
Does it depend on what artists are there and who it attracts that makes it good or bad in terms of, you know what I mean? Like an experience?
It's just you're isolated. And I remember the last time I was there, it was probably 2003, and I was helping a friend of mine who is an organic, like, raw food chef, and they didn't have a fucking bank on the premise. So by the third day, I had a backpack with like $50,000 in it.
Holy shit.
Walking around trying to there was no bank. They didn't have a bank for all the vendors. So you're like literally carrying cash, and like someone could have knifed me and taken 50 grand.
Crazy.
It was so scary. Yeah.
Remember back in the day, we didn't have Venmo.
Right?
That's when
You
you're
had
like,
to try to sell merch at a show with cash.
that's exactly why Venmo was invented. Was somebody was walking around with a $50,000.
Well, they used to do
backpack.
Square. You used to have the Square thing before Venmo.
Yeah.
You had-
God, do you remember when Lincoln Logs, the age range on Lincoln Logs was like 2 to 20?
What?
Remember Lincoln Logs?
I remember Lincoln
Where's the
Logs.
where's the thought bridge from that?
I'm trying to see.
If we're
Did
talking
we pay
about
for things with Lincoln
we're
Logs? I don't remember this.
Look, I was trying to buy my niece a present last year, and,
Right.
I was like, my brother's kind of wealthy, so I was like, no one's dared give his kid a Lincoln Log.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do Lincoln Logs. And now it says for ages 1.5 to 1.6, where when we were kids, it
Just
was
a
like,
month? It's only good for a month?
You're good for this one little point in time.
or when we were kids, it was like, that was the toy until you were like,
Dude,
got your license to
Play fucking
drive.
Lincoln Logs all the time.
What?
Anyway, that was my point.
I still don't know what that point
I'll
was.
figure out why
The
we went,
point-
how we
the
went from
point
Square
is-
to Lincoln Logs.
Jen,
At
the
some
point.
point.
Well, you are younger than us. The point is, there were no fucking toys,
Yeah.
and you. That's what you played with until you got your
Well, you used your
permit to
imagination.
drive.
Oh, I get it. So until we got imaginary money, you had to use real money. That's the only thought bridge my brain made.
You traded Lincoln Logs.
You traded, that was currency?
Yes. The short logs were worth $1.
I have, listen, Keita, you bring up a good point. I have wondered that when our society finally collapses and money is worth nothing, what will be worth something?
Food and water.
Food and water?
Water, probably.
We're just going to go back to that.
Probably.
Ooh, it's going to be like Waterworld,
Oh, God, I hope not.
where it's like, do you have fresh water? Do you
Just
have
fucking-
dry
I'll just-
land in your
I'll just
pocket?
drowned myself.
You know what would be really good currency? I bet Eddie knows about this. Do you remember Gobbles the Goat?
Gobbles the goat.
No.
It was a toy. It was a.
That sounds
it was
familiar.
it was a plastic goat that ate garbage.
What?
Hold on. I know that. I know it.
And the reason I know about it is because I wanted Milky, the Marvelous Milking Cow, which was a plastic cow that had teats, and you'd put milk in its mouth and it would come out the teats, but it was too expensive. So
Right.
my parents bought me, instead of that, they bought me Gobbles the Goat, which I didn't want.
They're like, it's got tits. Same thing.
I wanted teats. The goat didn't have teats and it ate garbage.
Damn it, I wanted the milking one, Mom.
I think they only sold
the
these
one with the
things in
hole in the
Ohio.
back.
Holy shit.
There's nothing on
We're
that
going to
one.
have to, when you guys edit the podcast, you're going to have to put
Gobbles the Goat.
a picture of it.
Gobbles,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
find Gobbles the
Hold
goat.
on, I'll find a picture.
Oh my God. Anyways, this has gone so off the rails. But yeah, I've always wondered, like, when society collapses, what's going to be worth something? Like, what's going to be our new
The
currency?
stuff you need to live with.
What's
in
gonna?
order
That's
to
going to be our
survive.
currency, though.
I would imagine until something gets, until people are comfortable, until you're comfortable at a place where you can like, okay, now things have value outside of what you need to survive. Oh, I remember that.
You remember that?
Yes, Gobbles the goat.
You got this is some backwoods bullshit
Gobbles the goat.
that I'm good. I'll stick with my easy bake oven. It's fine. It's fine. I'll cook things with a light bulb. That's real toys.
Yeah, there's Gobbles the goat.
No, absolutely not. It ate
Crunch,
garbage.
And here's what I really wanted.
Milky. Milky the cow.
So stupid. It's fucking so stupid. We
You know
were
what,
so
Tracy?
dumb. How did
Tracy,
we?
if you're listening to this, collect all the candles you want. These two collect the weirdest shit. This is what happens, by the way. This is my my big takeaway from spending the weekend with Watch Duty. That's going relatively well.
Right.
But I will say this: my big takeaway from starting to date again,
Yeah.
has been. I mean, it's always been this. I've always felt very strongly
Were you
about.
apprehensive to dive back in to a relationship?
Huh?
Were you apprehensive to dive back into a
Oh,
relationship?
100%. But I think my big thing is men definitely need to have boys' nights. Like I am, I hear like guys talk
Why
a
are you
lot of
looking at
shit.
me?
Huh?
Why'd you like stare at me when you
No.
said
Need a
that?
boys' night
Men
with a
need
goat.
boys' nights because women don't need to be involved in these type of conversations about Gobbles the goat and Milky the cow and all the weird shit that
The
only
marvelous
boys
milking
know.
cow. Get it right.
Okay.
Gobbles,
But-
looks, eats, and sounds like a real goat.
He's just like, go, 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 go. You know what else sounds like that, Eddie?
You crank its tail and it chews. Why would you not want that?
But this is why men need they need to hang around other men because whenever a man does not have male friends to be around and to like take this energy out on, women are inevitably like subjected to it.
Right.
And then I get to
And
listen.
you're like, I should be a lesbian.
I get to listen to things like I get to listen to way too much stuff about time under tension and how many grams of protein we got that day. And it's just like, please fucking go somewhere.
I never
Go
talk
so-
about that.
Well, because you don't work out, Eddie.
I
but
do
I'm
work
sure-
out.
But I'm sure you've had Tracy.
Work out all the time.
I'm sure you've had Tracy just sit there and listen to you talk about the latest Star Wars or Mandalorian. Granted, you have Colton.
I do have cold.
You have a built-in male
Right.
friend.
Right, sort of.
In your
I created
household.
one, yes.
Yes, you created
Yeah.
one. You were like, I'm going to make the best friend possible.
I made my own Frankenstein's monster.
But it's someone you can talk to about all that stuff. Men need other men around, or you guys get weird. Sorry.
I think men revert back to when they're around other men, or what I think men at some point, it's a way to relieve stress is we latch on to these little things like Gobbles the goat or Star Wars or these little things that just focus our attention and we just geek out over it. I don't think women understand that
Because we grew up differently.
that mentality.
We grew up differently. Granted, I don't think I had a typical girl childhood. Like when I look back at some of the stuff my parents gave me, I was like, what is this?
Right.
You know?
But I think guys will get together and act stupid
Yes, 100%.
and just make each other laugh
I am subjected.
and say the dumbest shit.
I am subjected to that on a regular
Right,
basis.
where I
And
don't-
granted, I'm a comedian, so like I'm
Right.
here for it.
And I
I
don't-
enjoy being around people that do silly things all the time because it makes
Right.
life better.
Like I rarely see that. I don't think that energy exists in a group of females. It may. I don't know.
Bullshit. I know that's not
to say
true.
stupid shit.
Yeah. 100%. We
Or
say
just,
stupid
yeah,
shit.
but you guys just like. What do you guys do when you're in a group?
What do we do when we're in a group? We send each other stupid things like Anna and I send each other videos of. She sent me one of like a crazy piece of furniture that's like the sassiest piece
Right.
of furniture ever. And so now she's made it like a sticker, and we just send it back and forth to each other. Where I'm like, oh, guys think all women talk about is like men and like.
I don't think you guys talk about men. I just tried to like. What do you guys joke about?
What do we joke about? Really stupid shit too. She bought a
So
giant.
what's the difference in the energy?
She bought a giant hand costume, but like she's super hot and she's dressed like a giant hand, and so she just sent me a video wearing her this hand costume, and I was just like, she goes, "Be honest." She's like, "Does this give anybody the ick?" Like at some point. Do men ever worry about icking out the women around them
The other
by
dudes?
being men?
No,
No,
it must-
not other dudes, women. Like if you acted like a bro around women, do you worry about icking out women?
Again, looking at me. The fuck, Jen?
Well, I don't have to worry about
I'm just
icking out women.
including you in the
'cause
conversation because I've been staring.
I've been
holes through
married for
Eddie
You
this
20
only
entire
years. I don't
time.
have to
include
worry
me
about
in the ick conversations, apparently.
Eddie, do you ever feel like
Did I ever?
No. Do you ever feel like you do something and it gives Tracy the ick and she's like, but I'm in it? Or
Probably
she's
most of the time. Just me being like, I'll go, like, the dog has to go out to pee, right? And it'll be like 10 o'clock at night. I've already taken a shower. I'm laying on the couch. I'm just in boxers and a t-shirt, right?
Uh-huh.
And she's like, can you take
I've
Stanley
never
out?
seen your legs.
They're not. It's not anything to see.
I was just like, I've never seen Eddie in shorts.
I skip leg day a lot.
Really?
Because I have bad knees.
How do you hold the rest of you
I
up?
have bad knees. So I'm laying on the couch in boxers and a t-shirt. And Tracy's like, can you take the dog out? I'm like, okay. And so I just get up and go put slippers on and take the dog out. She's like, not in your underwear.
You take the dog out in your boxers?
Because he goes right outside, like right down the path, and he pees on the plant, and we come right back in
a major traffic area.
No.
Yes.
At 10 o'clock at night, there's nobody outside. I wouldn't do it at noon.
You're going to end up on the Citizen app, Eddie. Man, outside in his underwear.
First of all, they're boxers, so they look like shorts.
No, there's a distinction.
They look like shorts.
There's a flap.
Yeah, but no one can tell. And it's like 10 o'clock at night, no one's out there. And I don't feel like putting pants on to go take the dog out. So I just take him outside, he pees and comes back in. I wouldn't do it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Look, I walk outside in my pajamas, but that's different.
See, it's the same thing.
It's different. It's different.
Same thing.
No, because I always make sure that you can't see any bits.
You can't see any bits.
Boxers.
I think
you
it's
can
really
see
interesting
bits.
how a woman will ask this. Meanwhile, have you seen the styles of women walking around, like kids nowadays, like young women wearing like what appears to be diapers made out of denim? And
oh, those are back? We had those in the early 2000s.
No, but there are certain, like I'll be in Target and I'll see like a 15-year-old girl with her mother, and I'm like, this kid looks like a hooker. Like the way the kid is dressed, it's like literally what in the fucking world is happening right now?
It's kind of crazy. Sometimes you see the way but the thing is, I'll drop my son off at school. He's in high school, North Hollywood High. And most of the girls that I see walking into the school are in either pajama pants or sweatpants and like a sweatshirt.
Respect.
Like there's never, I'll see.
Or like shorts where it's like you can literally see chunks of ass coming out and you're just like, what is, like,
No, we couldn't do that back in the day. They would always measure.
Hell no.
They would always make us put our feet. I don't know what happened where you guys are from, but they would make us put our arms by our side, and your shorts had to come down to your fingertips.
Well, I never had that issue.
But the problem is, like,
what if a girl didn't have arms though?
Yeah. You have to bring over a friend.
yeah. What if she
It's
doesn't have arms?
It's an armless girl. Can she just be naked?
Go off, Stacy. You don't have to wear pants today.
You're off the hook.
What?
Touche, Stacey. Touche.
I can't.
Touche.
I rest my case. Guys need guys.
Touche.
But I actually saw a study recently that said, to my original point, that men should spend at least 2 nights a week with other men, strictly with male company.
I don't think I'd want to do that.
Really?
I'd like to spend 2 nights a week completely alone.
But it's supposed
And that's
to be,
not saying anything against my wife or other guys
it's
or
supposed to
hanging
be
out
good
with
for
people.
your mental health. Is to spend.
Mental health. Me, if I was just alone for 2 nights a week, that would be good.
Don't
for
you
me.
think
You're
the
alone a
opposite?
lot.
Don't you think men should be around women more? Like, I feel like the problem is dudes are never around women.
And that
like
testosterone
incels?
just fucking just swirls around and gets more and more toxic.
I think it's about balance. Because sometimes, I mean, like, I don't know how it was. Like, were you dating somebody during the pandemic, Kita?
I mean, my dog and cat.
That's not. I meant like a woman.
No.
During the pandemic, I was still married,
Yeah.
and there were times when I would just look over at the other person because you're trapped with that other person, especially during the beginning of lockdown. And like, I think we were maybe 2 weeks into this thing where I was like, "You need to go somewhere."
Yeah, but that's an
And he's like-
extreme example.
He's like, "Where do you want me to go?" He's like, "It's like a pandemic outside." I'm like, "Yeah, you'll be fine.
Just get in the car. Just go sit in the car.
somewhere. Go somewhere. Anywhere." He's
Yeah.
like, "Everything's closed." I'm like, "I don't care. Find
Drive
somewhere to
in
go."
one direction.
Head towards the ocean and keep going.
No, I think the issue is men do not have fellowship anymore.
I don't think so.
There's just no there.
I'm talking quality male hang.
No,
I don't
that's
think
what I
there
mean.
is. I don't think
That's
there is. I
Male
don't think that's around.
fellowship.
There are. I just think you have to seek it out.
I
You
think
know,
men
like
are more isolated now than ever.
finding
100%.
men's groups, you know, whether it's through a church, whether it's through a gym, whatever, softball. But I think it's about like
Open
finding
mics.
quality men,
Stand-up
finding
comedy.
quality
An
men.
improv group.
No, finding quality men is important.
I don't think it's possible. I don't think it happens anymore. I don't think
Why?
guys don't hang out as guys anymore.
Why?
I just don't think it happens. I don't know. Men are more isolated.
I hate that for you
I think
guys.
women.
I think it's mostly because of technology.
Technology is
I mean, they're
isolated
just
for sure.
Buried in phones
You're
and video
You're like,
games.
where do you guys want to meet? Reddit. 4chan.
I think maybe younger men in their early 20s may hang out together, but I think the older you get as a man, the more isolated you become.
No, I just think it's because you guys need to make an effort. You have to make an effort to have those communities. Like women,
Well,
we take an effort to stay in touch with each other. It's hard because you get busy.
I think most men groups, when you were younger, when you were hang out with your buddies, it's because you were either playing sports together or you were hanging out watching games and like drinking or whatever guys did. And just the older you get, when you get into your 40s and 50s, like I'm not gonna hang out at a bar and watch a game. I'll just watch on my couch. And like I don't play sports anymore. I'll hurt myself if I go down to the Y and do a pickup game of basketball. It's just like you just get isolated because of the things that you did as a young man with other men. You can't do it. You can't physically do anymore, or you're not interested in doing anymore.
Yeah. So to be completely honest, Watch You Do was the one that invited me to go to Coachella, and I was like, "This is a male activity. This is an activity you do without me."
It's not a boyfriend girlfriend
No.
activity.
But he got weird about it, and I was like, "Yo, what's that?" And I was like, "Ooh, is this going to be our first fight? Because any other time,
Right.
this would have been
You're
a fight."
cracking your knuckles. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's get this one out of the way.
I was no, because like your first fight's
Or
always
loosen
interesting
up.
because you're like, are we going to work together as a team to solve this,
Yeah.
or are you going to get defensive?
Right.
And most people that I've been in a relationship with prior to this, it's always been defensive,
Right.
where it's immediately defensive. Because I'll be like, I felt his demeanor changed when he was like, I'm going to go to Coachella. And then he was like, do you want to come? And I was like, one, I appreciate you sort of asking. But
So he
like,
wasn't like, you want to go with me? It wasn't like it was more like, you want to go?
I think he felt bad and obligated to ask me.
Okay.
Because like I think he's been in relationships where women want to do everything with that person. And I'm not that person in
lot.
relationship.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No.
I'm like, I think even when you're in a relationship, you should still have separate interests that like are just your thing.
Yeah. Like Tarantino movies and women who snap
So
podcasts.
so maybe you don't need Tracy
Yeah,
to watch Tarantino.
I don't. I prefer not to.
Yeah.
When I
She's
go to
gonna ask you
movies-
questions the entire time.
Yeah.
Speaking of healthy relationships, did either one of you watch Nora?
No.
No.
Oh.
Isn't that about prostitutes?
Yeah.
It's the healthiest relationship I've ever had. It's
I cannot
paid
believe
for
that
it.
film won all these Oscars.
only made for like $20, something like that.
And
Couple thousand.
I love the director, but that film, oh my God, horrible.
No, I was actually listening to something this morning where they were talking about Honora, and they were like, the movie was made on a shoestring budget, but the marketing budget was where they
15
put all
mil.
of the marketing budget is where they put all of the money.
They bought the Oscars.
And but it goes to show you like sometimes it's not necessarily about the art. It's about like how willing you are to shill your art. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
that's half of it. That's more than half of it. It's
Yeah.
how much are you willing to sell yourself and put yourself out there and promote yourself?
how much are you willing to risk yourself to put your art out there? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, whatever. Because like putting yourself out there on the internet right now is brutal. It's a brutal, especially as a woman. I don't know how it feels to be a dude, but putting yourself out there creatively as a woman, it just feels like putting a giant target on your back. Like I feel like I've seen nothing but female comics being like, it is tough on the internet these days. And like delightful people, like Sarah Lawrence, you know Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Sarah posted something the other day where she was like she literally said in the video, like in bold letters, like stop hating men, like stop hating on men because there are good men out there. Like she was actually making a pro man video and being like, hey, ladies, if your first instinct is to shit on dudes, don't. You're just around the wrong dudes.
Right.
And once her video reached a certain part of the internet, it didn't matter that she said that. It was still, they came for her. And she's like, it is so hard to maintain
I think that's
a positive space on the internet to create things as a woman.
I think that's true for every. I don't think it's just female. I think if you get once a video gets to a certain point of the internet,
The
everything
pendulum swings back and it's
going to
just
be negative.
It's everything but love. Oh my God, this video is so
well,
awesome.
the love
This
is what
video
makes
so
it go
awesome.
viral, and then as soon as it gets viral, people start hating. And it's just, I think it may. I mean, it may be more targeted attacks, more specific attacks towards that individual being a woman. You know, if she is a woman. But like, I think I've had videos go viral before, and it's all love, 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 and then they just start
You get hate?
attacking. Yeah,
On what video?
my stand-up videos.
Really?
Yeah. The ones that go viral, not the ones that get like 2,000 views, but the ones that get like
Did
800,000.
Bert and Ernie get hate?
Yeah,
People hated on Bert
Bert and Ernie. I did a bit about McDonald's, and you know, when I went and asked for a milkshake, I went and bought a milkshake at McDonald's, and the lady at the counter was like, "For here to go." And I'm like, "I guess I'll drink it here." Like that was the joke. It was just a simple 2-second joke. She's like, "For here to go." I'm like, "I guess I'll just drink it right here in front of you and make it awkward for me and you." Whatever, however, I ended it. And then like I just had it. It went and went and went. It was people were, "Oh, this is funny. It's hilarious." And then I got to like 500,000-600,000 views, and then just like rained fire of negative thing. Like actually, there's a sales tax involved for dining in or taking out. So that, and then just fucking you don't know anything about. And then people start arguing about taxes, and they would just turn this whole government versus anti-government. It went nuts.
That is insane.
Off me just going for here to go. I guess I'll just drink it here. And people, it's just the internet.
People take whatever they really want out of our stand-up videos.
They really do. And then they just, but that's what makes it go viral is they start arguing in the comments, and then it's just like, you just sit back and like, well, this is just
I
going
don't mind people arguing. I mean, look, that's happening to me right now. I commented on somebody's video, and I commented something that I thought was so nothing. It was a big nothing burger. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, this is just a silly comment. It's
Yeah.
a video of a guy who is like, it's POV of like him being on a date with a girl, and like that's like they're on vacation together, and he's like, and it says dudes the day before they ghost you. And he's like, oh, I'm so glad you got to come to my family's estate. This has been in our family for generations. I can't wait for you to be a part of it. And he's like just selling this lady a dream this entire video and being like, oh, you ever ridden a horse before? Don't worry. I'll catch you if you fall off. Like stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And any woman that's ever been ghosted by a dude has had that feeling where like the guy is selling you a dream and then the next day he's like gone.
Right.
And
What'd
prior
you comment?
Huh?
What'd you comment?
Prior to meeting Watch Duty, like I had had this kind of experience. And so I just wrote, I really want to tag him. That's all I wrote was I'm like, I really want to tag him.
That's all. That
That's
was the
all
comment.
I wrote. And people under it are either like, do it, sis. Fucking do it. Do it. And then there's always like, but this video's gone viral.
Yeah.
And because it's mostly girls being like, oh, I'm going to tag a guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to
and then the incels get.
and then the guys get in there.
insane.
One guy was like, I bet he wouldn't have left if you were funny. And what's crazy is the people that always have shitty things to say limit you're not able to usually.
Right, you can't comment. You can't tag them in a comment.
You can't tag them back. You can't comment back. And I was like, that is such a bitch ass thing to do. That is a bitch ass move.
Yeah.
When you're going to come shit on me and then not allow me to respond, oh, the fragility. Like, fucking come at me, bro. And so then, like, people double down on that dude. And so I watched everybody pile onto that guy and be like, why did you say that? Her videos are actually very funny, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh my God, stop. But
Oh, stop it, everybody. Stop it.
stop it, everybody. But then I'm like, they're fighting about something completely unrelated in this dude's video.
Yeah.
Anyways.
My thing turned into a government versus anti-government whole spiel about taxation, and it was just nuts. It's nuts.
It's so wild.
The internet's a hellscape.
Yeah, it's so wild what people do with
Fucking
a video.
hellscape.
You know what I don't like about McDonald's?
Jesus Christ, kid.
So this happened to me the other day. I was driving through. I grabbed my dog,
Okay.
and we get ice cream cones at
Sure.
night sometimes, and so I drove through McDonald's, and I'm ordering the ice cream
Yeah.
cones. Dog's excited. I'm excited.
Of course.
We get up to the thing. The woman that took my money, and I feel like such an asshole for saying this, had a horrible facial deformity. I'm literally not kidding. And it freaked me out.
You should be on fries.
It freaked me out.
What are you doing interacting with people?
No. See, this is the fucking thing. Like, this is what's so awful about the
God, you
situation.
two.
Of all the goddamn, and she was sweet. It had nothing to do with her, except for it did have to do with her. And I was like sitting there, and I'm like, why the fuck? There's a million jobs in this fucking thing. Why? Because then I get the ice cream. I just gave it to a homeless guy. I wasn't hungry anymore. I was
Your
so,
appetite.
and it was just because it was such a.
Did it ruin the dog's appetite? Because that would say a lot.
No, Rocco was okay, but and not only did it gross me out but then I also felt like shit about myself that I was grossed out.
Right.
Anyway,
Well, that means you have a conscience. You're like, you can't help your reaction to something. Your
Yeah,
natural
I mean, it
reaction
was-
to something.
like,
is something
I
you
I
can't
love
even
that
control.
story went absolutely nowhere, and it's just I feel like at the end it needs to go ba da ba ba ba.
I'm loving it.
He wasn't though. And it is a time.
Oh, I think
I
it's
feel like we can't go anywhere
I
after
like that
this.
story.
I do too because it makes you check yourself. It makes you check
Well,
yourself
because you can't
and realize
control your reactions, and it says you know what type of person
Yes,
you
you
are.
can.
No, you can't tell. You can't control how you initially feel about something.
you can control how you outwardly react.
Well, yeah,
to
he
something.
didn't.
Jen, I didn't.
He
like,
didn't go, "Ew, oh my god," and
I was-
throw his ice cream back in the drive-through. Oh my god! Like
No, but I was like, it was like I
You
didn't.
looked at it,
I
you went,
didn't
"Ah."
expect the Elephant Man to be
Right.
taking my money. It was
But
like
that's not-
what?
But you can't control your initial
No.
reaction. But you have a conscience and you're a good person because you
Yeah.
felt like shit for feeling that way.
Oh, I mean,
That means you're a good
It
person.
ruined my fucking night, and I didn't get ice cream. It was just like the worst. Because really, and if by some crazy chance
Right.
this woman's watching this video, I'm really, really sorry that I had that reaction.
But you owe me an ice cream.
But you do owe me some ice cream. My dog
This
ate
is
the
why
ice cream.
men need boys' night out. I rest my case. Just, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case. Anyways, Eddie, it's
All right.
time.
We're gonna play Florida Man Friday. I read Jen Sturger 3 Florida Man headlines, 2 real, 1 fake. She tells me what is the fake Florida Man headline, and Keita's gonna play along.
All right, Keita.
Here we go.
Haven't I said enough already?
No, you need to say more. Florida man arrested after driving car into the ocean tells police, "Not my fault, the truck don't serve." Florida man buys mask at gas station to burglarize bank across the street. Florida man accidentally texts his probation officer asking for more weed. Which one of those is the fake Florida
I
man
think the
headline?
first one is
First
fake.
one.
Yeah,
Driving
the
truck
second-
into the ocean.
Second one's fake. It's too straightforward.
I think the first one's fake.
So first one, second one. You're both wrong. Those both happened. Those are real
What?
things.
What?
Florida man accidentally texts his probation officer asking more weed is a fake. Florida
That's
man
the one you
headline.
made up?
That's the one I made up.
No, that's
The other
happened.
two are real.
That's happened before.
It probably has, but it didn't get reported.
It didn't get reported.
reported.
Exactly.
And we actually have a correction from last week. I was notified on Blue Sky that the guy who drank 25 gallons of used cooking oil, that was a fake Florida man. That was a parody site that I got that one from.
Oh.
So-
I love that people are keeping you honest. I love that they're digging
I
through
didn't know.
They're digging through the Florida man history books.
How am
And-
I can't do that much research for this bit. I just look up Florida man headlines. Can't tell there's a parody site.
Yes, you can. Eddie, do better.
I
Do
try.
better.
I
That's like
can't.
when I got caught writing a book report on The Natural, but I had just watched the movie.
Way different book. So fucking different.
Oh, I failed that
Way
one.
different.
Oh, she was
Oh man, that is not the
It's not the same, guys. Don't make our mistakes.
Don't write a
Don't
book
make
report
our
on the
be
natural
better
movie.
people than us. That's the theme of today's show. Be better
That
people
book
than
is
we
way
are.
different than the movie.
Eddie, where can people find you?
You can find me at eddiepence.com or at eddiepence on all the socials.
Please sign up for Eddie's mailing list because he will not promote himself,
I've
so
been
I'm
putting
going
it
to
out.
promote him. We would love to take this show on the road. We would love to take our stand-up out on the road more, so please sign up for his beacons. You can find me at Jennifer Sturger, guys, on all the socials, and you can find Keita in a McDonald's drive-thru.
Gobbles the goat is real.
Anyways, we'll see you next week on another episode of Not Today. Bye.
Wow.
That was great.
That was so